it!
Oh my god!
We did it, dude!
What's up, guys? As you can see, we are back at the shop in Colorado. We actually got back 2 days ago from Florida, and yesterday we were working on a video. We got some awesome stuff in the mail from AEM, and we were working on getting some stuff installed into Hondru, but we didn't get it done right away, so I'm gonna hold off on that video. You guys will see what we got here very soon. It is awesome, but today's video is actually going to be about the Prelude. So we got her pushed outside right now, let her get some sunlight, and what we're actually getting ready to do is I'm gonna throw these wheels and tires on this thing. When we raced it down in Florida, we had it on these 24.5-inch wheels and slicks. These are off of my hatch, and we did have an issue with them barely rubbing on the inside of the wheel, and when I pull these guys off, you guys are gonna see that the tie rod was just barely rubbing back there. It didn't hurt the wheels too bad, but it definitely scuffed them up inside. And another issue I had with these 24.5-inch slicks is that I hit limiter in 4th gear, and I don't think these are gonna have enough top end you know, to get the trap speed that this thing is capable of. We can definitely raise the limiter in the car up for sure. I think we have it set at 9,000, and we can definitely bring that up, you know, to get her over 150 miles an hour. But another thing that's gonna help is running these guys over here. These are actually a 26-inch tall slick as opposed to the 24.5, so we'll have more mile an hour with these taller slick. And these are actually a set that Brent had laying at his old shop. He brought them over yesterday, and this morning I went to the auto parts store and picked up these lug nuts. These are like the shank or mag style lug nut, and that's what these wheels take. It's not a typical like acorn style, but I went and got the lug nuts for these, and I'm gonna go ahead and jack up the front of the Prelude and get these slicks on there, and then we're actually gonna throw this thing on the dyno today, and we're gonna see how much power this thing can make. Last time we threw it on the dyno, we were getting ready to go to Florida. We did a quick pull. It made 898, and I just said that's good, take it off the dyno. I didn't want to have any other issues with it before the trip, but now that we're back, I want to throw this thing back on the dyno and see what she can do. And then I'm also interested to see what mile an hour these will go to, because on the dyno we'll be able to see how fast we can go in 4th gear with the new tire. So I'm hoping we can get over 150 miles an hour, because that is my goal to trap in this car, is over 150. I know this thing has the power to do it, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it and get these slicks on there, and then we'll go from there. Ooh. Yeah, not good. Well, I just got the 26s on there. Looks like they fit pretty good. We got plenty of clearance all the way around, and I got underneath the car and nothing is hitting at all. The only part that comes close is right here on the inside. It comes a little close to the caliper, but we do have some wheel spacers back there to keep that from hitting. But yeah, it looks like they fit pretty good. They poke really hard because of those spacers, but I think it looks pretty mean. I went ahead and got some air in them. This one needs a little bit more. I'm just gonna wait till we get it over to the dyno side, because Brent's airline is much better than this little air compressor. But yeah, I guess let's get it over to the dyno. One other thing is show you guys the inside of my wheels over here. So this one's not too bad. You can see where it was rubbing all around right there. When you feel this, you can't even feel any sort of like dip. It's just really smooth, so not much material loss there. And then on this guy, this one was a little worse, guys. You can see all the rubbing in there, and it probably looks really bad on camera, but if you run your finger along, it is really not too bad at all. Like, I'm not gonna be scared to use these again. We did lose a bit of material right in there, but hardly anything at all. Honestly, it's just weight reduction, so I'll send it on those again. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this thing on the dyno and see how she does. So we got the Prelude on the dyno, and we went ahead and strapped it down, but when we strapped the front of this thing down, it pulled the fender pretty close to the tire right here. It's not quite rubbing, but if we try to do a pull like that, it's definitely going to expand and start rubbing on the fender right there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is pull the fenders off. I already went ahead and got this side off, Just had a few 10mm bolts holding that guy on, but that fender's off and ready to go. Probably pull the bumper off as well. And then we'll get this other fender off and we'll be ready to rock. That's not gonna be an issue at the track at all, but since we have it strapped so tight in the front, it's gonna suck the whole front of the car down. But at the track, it's actually gonna be trying to lift away from it. The only time it might rub at the track is if I'm really, really hard on the brakes. But you guys saw the clearance earlier, it has plenty. But we are gonna have to take the fenders off, unfortunately, so we don't make a smoke show and pop our tires. I need another tire popping.
My name's naked.
Looks good now.
Naked.
Weight reduction.
All right, we got the fenders off. We also got some water in our ice box. We do have some ice in this cooler right here because Tom just got here from Tennessee, but we're gonna save that ice in case we might need it for a power pool. For now, we're just gonna use water from our hose. It is pretty cold already, but if we're really close to like 1,000 horsepower, who knows? I wanna try to save that ice for a final run to get it as cold as we can and not melt it all right away, because we do have some retuning to do. And Brent's in here right now, and he also went ahead and got the ratios plugged in for the dog box so we can set up the boost by gear. And he's gonna go through and check it all out. And you said you just turned it all down for right now?
Turned everything down. Yeah, we're gonna start at the bottom and work our way up. It's all gonna be like fresh tuned.
Okay, so starting from the bottom.
Starting from the bottom, then we're there.
So Brent just did a pool with it all the way turned down and it did 469. So that's what it makes pretty much on gate. And now he's just gonna keep turning it up from there.
Cleaning up the fuel, that's all we're doing.
Yep, getting there.
Yep.
That was 13 pounds?
That was 13 pounds and it's still like 10.8, 10.9 air fuel, so.
Made 519.
Yeah.
3 pulls in.
3 pulls in.
There we go.
That was clean, man.
Clean?
20 pounds of boost, super clean.
How much?
20 pounds.
20? That was 680 something.
Hell yeah. Dude,
686.
Crisp it was.
Yeah, sounded good.
Oh, that was sick.
The graph looks really nice. So it just did 686, and it looked like he took that all the way out in 4th gear. Did you go to limiter on that?
I didn't hit the limiter.
Oh, so he didn't go to limiter, went to 87 instead of 9,000. And you can see we're almost at 150. That little line right there is 150. We're about 147-ish right there, which is about, I think, what the other tires were starting to max out on. But yeah, we're getting there. That looks really smooth. You can see his pulls before he had to clean up some timing and stuff, but now we're on the right track.
It felt so good. Super crisp and clean, and just like everything was just in tone. It was good.
She needed a refresh.
Beautiful.
She needed a refresh. Yeah. So that last pull was at 50% duty, and this pull's at 60%. So yeah, we're getting an idea on
How much
what
boost
we'll need
was
to
50?
do.
20.
20.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it cool a second, and then we're gonna make a hit at 60%. So.
Yo! 917!
That was sick, dude. I felt so good.
Look how smooth that is. Like all the way.
917.
Hell yeah, dude. This thing's a beast.
It did 917.
Oh yeah, it's happening. That's awesome.
917. And that went just over 150. That looks like 152-ish.
That was at the limit.
That was limited.
At 9?
So I just turned the cursor on and you could check exactly mile an hour.
Okay, but I mean at the track we could bump it up to like 95.
Yeah, we can move the rev limiter up. Yeah.
And this thing's probably good to close to 10.
Yeah. easily.
But we'll just leave it there until we can hit it.
What a shot.
151?
151 exactly.
Oh, it's over 150.
On the limiter.
That's sweet, dude.
Yeah, so we'll definitely.
We can move the limiter, yeah.
Because this thing's definitely gonna trap higher than that.
Oh yeah, at that power it's in the like close to 160s.
Yeah, especially if we can like build it up as we go down the track. It was so clean.
And you said that was 33 pounds?
Yeah.
So it's what, 65% duty?
Yep.
So do 75.
Yeah.
Think so? Do you think we should
80.
ice it for this one?
We should ice
75 or
it.
80,
Okay.
yeah.
It's time. Think she'll do 4 digits?
I'm praying, bro.
It hasn't in Colorado before, has it?
The best it's ever done on this
Oh, is it
dyno is
90?
980.
Yeah.
Let's change the water and put ice.
Yeah, water and ice, and
Yeah.
see if she can do 1,000. So we just drained the ice box again, getting some fresh cold water, and it's time to use the ice out of Tom's cooler.
Yeah.
We're going for all the power right here.
You guys want some cold sodas? You better get them now.
Oh, with this, we should be able to get the intake air temps down to like 65 degrees.
Yeah, that's gonna be real nice
right
and
now, we've
cold.
been making pulls at like 100 to 108.
Yeah, so I'll definitely pick up some power just doing this. All right, guys, so she just did 917 wheel horsepower. This next pull is gonna be rowdy. Brent turned it up a little bit more. We got ice in the box, so all that's gonna be nice and cold. And what'd you go on the duty?
85.
85.
Yeah.
It was 60, 65. Now you're at 85. She's gonna eat. So we're hoping it could, you know, possibly do 4 digits. This thing has never done it on Brent's dyno before. If you guys watched the video in the past, it has made 980 before on Brent's dyno. But we got this thing iced down. He retuned the whole thing, cleaned up a lot of stuff, and it seems to be running really good. We cleared all our old runs, so we're just hoping this one can do it. I mean, we put all our ice in there, so hopefully it does it this pool. We'll see what happens. Oh my god!
We did it, dude!
That's the first time I made 1,000 in Colorado.
Holy
I
shit!
got out early. We ran out of fuel.
You ran out of fuel?
I got out early.
I mean, it did it though, so you're just
Did
gonna...
it. I was like, I gotta let go.
Damn.
Damn.
1,041 wheel horsepower. That's the most this has ever made on Brent's dyno.
Did it run away?
41 pounds.
Damn.
Did it run out of duty?
Yeah, I ran out of fuel.
Woo!
Is that other intake?
Damn.
It did it. Finally
It
on my
did it.
dyno, it did it.
That's 60 more horsepower than it's ever done on this dyno. So what does that mean though? We have to turn it down a little bit, unfortunately,
Yes,
because it
yes,
can't hang at that power level with the fuel system.
It can't.
I mean,
we need more.
do you think if I just did the newer style 2200s, it might be enough, fuel-wise?
No.
For the second set.
A second set, or we add one to the boost pipe or something. You know, we just gotta add some fuel. But
Or I could put the Gato on it.
I was gonna say, does it have provisions for 2 sets?
Yeah, and I got to.
I have the Gato intake with the
and what would it
2
do
sets.
at 50 pounds?
Dude, who knows?
Because it wasn't rolling over at all.
No, it was still climbing.
Dude, look at the chart.
I just
Look, it
couldn't
was
hang.
still going up. It was gonna make more than that.
I couldn't hang.
It was about to peak right there, but
Yeah.
it was
I-
just never dropped off on power. She was flying.
We did it, guys. That was sick, dude.
Oh yeah.
This is an old setup.
No, this old setup, old everything.
The guy that, well, B-Dog, who assembled the engine, was here this morning too. Like, I can't wait till he finds out too. He's
That's
like, is it
nuts.
the same engine I put together 7 years ago or 8 years ago or something?
It's the same one.
Same one, bro.
He's gonna be so
That was
excited.
literally the first thing he asked about when he got here today.
Well, I say we just maybe tweak it back a little bit and
Yeah,
just enough to where I can run it
I'm
at the
gonna turn
track.
I'm gonna turn it down to where we did the 917.
Yeah, that should be plenty, honestly. That's still enough because I think it's still gonna run out of gear. It still
Yeah.
might run out of gear unless we take
Yeah.
that limiter up.
We have to take the limit 150. See how clean it was though? It was like so crisp and
Dude,
just.
it sounded
trucking.
so healthy.
It did.
She was eating.
Eating.
Dude, I got a.
That's on pump E85.
That's yeah, just from down the street.
That's down the street, out of the pump, and ours is like E70 right now.
Yeah, because it's
not even-
Colorado. It's all
yeah,
like
not
winter
even a-
blended.
Yeah. It says 70% ethanol content on the pump. Yeah.
That's sick. I need to get a motor together for the hatch now. That's nuts.
So sick, man. Dun dun dun.
Well, time to go to the track.
Time to go to the track.
We need at least a 9 out of this thing.
We did it, dude. I'm so pumped.
That's sick.
It's like adrenaline. Just.
It's my first 1,000 wheel horsepower Honda.
Yep. Now every one of the thumbnails is legit.
Now it's actually 1,000 horsepower Prelude on the dyno.
On our dyno at 6,000 feet.
In Colorado.
Colorado.
We are not at sea level.
We're not in Texas. I'm so glad you iced it for that one.
Yeah, see, I was like, we need to save the ice for that last hit.
Oh, it was awesome.
How many pulls was that? That was only like 5 or 6 total.
Yeah, it wasn't
from start to finish, and Brent completely had a fresh tune from nothing. Completely redid it.
It's a good setup.
That's really sick.
Tried and true.
It's crazy how old it is, and it still is just working.
Work. Can you imagine one of the new Gen 2 7285s on it or something?
Yeah.
1400, you know? Should we try?
I'm down. Man, $5,000 was a steal for this thing.
You can never do that.
I paid $5 a horsepower.
$5 a horsepower.
That's a good deal.
That's pretty good.
It's a good deal.
I'm still like, the adrenaline is still just going so hard. The adrenaline just doesn't let go.
Did it feel pretty solid in the car, like the tires?
So good. Oh, yeah, because the lower horsepower pulls were shaky and crazy. The higher power, man, the car just like...
Everything kind of balances itself out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are going to give me crap because I got wheel spacers on there. But
I mean, once we got into like power, it was just... It was safe.
On a mission.
Yeah. It was like those jets, you know, where they're just leaky and until they get to the speed.
Oh, it's
and
an
then they're like,
SR-71 Blackbird.
It is an SR-71 Blackbird. Once you get into the tone, it just punches through the air, man.
That's sick.
Cool.
I'm pumped.
Dude.
God damn.
Really
She did it.
4 digits on the dyno.
She
right
did
here,
it.
right now.
That's crazy. The MR2's next.
MR2 gonna make that easy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make that easy too.
And even guess what cams are in it?
Stock.
Stock cams.
Hey, I'm telling you, you can't beat this motor, stock to stock. I'll take this motor over any K motor in any day.
And that's coming from the guy that just built a K jet boat.
Yep. I'd have a Prelude in it, my jet boat, if it ran the right way.
Oh, but they spin the other direction.
Yeah, it's reverse rotation.
Jesus, we have 5 of these at my house. You seen them?
Yeah, like if you already have one, it's cheaper to build than a by Terra build.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
The H is just putting work.
They're awesome.
Strong.
So now she has boost by gear.
Yep, so we roughed up some numbers. You can see we're pretty much on the gate in first. Second, we brought it in a little slower, and then we'll start to add boost at 8,000. And then, so this is going to be around that 900 number in third and fourth.
In third and fourth.
Yep.
But so overall, you turned it back down to that 917 it made.
Yep.
Because the fuel was good there.
60% duty cycle, so I turned to 58, so it's going to be more 900-ish.
Okay,
but,
like high 8 to low
but
9.
we know at the track we can play with it.
Yeah.
So.
And also it might be making more at the track with more load anyways,
Yeah.
so.
It just gives us an idea.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Hell yeah, she did it.
She did it. Right here, right now.
The in-car footage. You're just like,
So funny. That's so awesome.
It was hilarious.
well, we just got the Prelude off the dyno, and I don't even know what to say.
It's awesome.
She did it.
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower.
Wow.
She's officially a 1,000 wheel horsepower Prelude. I mean, it was before, but now it has done it in front of us. We got to witness it.
We did.
That is crazy. It's just so amazing that this thing's still making all this power for how old this setup is. And this thing's a blast. I can't wait to bring it to the track and see what she can do.
Start dialing it in.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We definitely need to get an alignment on it. I'm gonna do that before we take it to the track, but our test and tune down here is on Wednesday, so if everything goes good, I don't see why we can't bring her down and see what she does. We got the boost by gear set up now, so it's not gonna spin first and second, hopefully nearly as hard as it did in Florida. Yeah. We should actually be able to get some front half action out of this thing.
Be able to.
And we'll see what she does, guys, but holy crap. That's just, that's insane. And it's just awesome that like Brent did this car so long ago. It still has all the PFI stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Steve he put a ton of work in this.
Yeah, the previous owner.
Yeah, he was on it, man.
We can't let her just not do nothing.
Yeah.
We got to bring this thing out of the hole it was living in and let her live. It wants to go.
I still can't get over all the stock stuff that's in this, you know, with the stock cams, the stock fuel rail.
I know, it's crazy.
Dash 6 fuel line. You know, everyone says you got to have this Dash 8. This thing like
This
breaks
has a
all
Dash
the
6 feed?
Dash 6 feed. It's still,
I didn't even
still
know
on a
that.
stock fuel rail.
Oh, it is a stock fuel rail.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Look, you can see the size of the line. It's like,
And it has the stock timing belt, stock cams,
it's so cool.
literally just like the hatch, but
Yeah, it is.
aluminum rods and a sleeved block. Other than that, it's just like the hatch and a much bigger turbo.
Yep, that's it.
But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Really not much more to say about this thing. Did 1,000 wheel horsepower, and now the next step will be to take it to the track and see what it does. So I am really excited about that. This thing's just awesome. I'm glad she just held up, and she's just ripping, dude.
Yeah, it rips.
She's ready to go.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to watch Kyle run a 9.
yeah, if we get this thing in the 9s, that will be sweet. It's never done a 9 before. I mean, it never made the 1,000 up here at this elevation yet, and it's never ran its first 9.
But
So
it got the 1,000 horsepower bug out of its way.
yeah,
It's on to the
we
9.
know it easily has the power to go 9s now. This thing should easily have like a mid 9 in it, like a 9.5, like not even trying, honestly.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of work to be done. We don't know the suspension setup on this car. Like,
Yeah.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, we're just gonna comb it and then go back to the track because we saw what happened in Florida and it was wild and crazy. And
Still went 10.5.
yeah, and you were steering it all over the place, and you know it was just banging on the limiter almost the whole time. So now we got an idea of what kind of power it makes at what boost, so we can just gradually bring it in and then just top end it,
And let her fly.
let her fly.
Hell
It's gonna
yeah.
be awesome.
But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed, and thanks for watching.